Hello, Tirza Schaefer here, your smiling goddess and author. Yeah, just making some wonderful atmosphere, smudging myself and you guys, whoever want to receive that. Good, Jojo. I love the energy. This much, it feels so good. So, yeah, it's time for our weekly reading, isn't it? Still haven't changed the day, but there you go. Life happens as usual. Okay, let's see. The goddess of the week is Athena. So Athena isn't exactly the emotional type. Very intelligent, very strategic, very, intellectual. She is a wonderful, absolutely wonderful goddess to work with when you study, when you want to work out strategies, for example, if it's the beginning of the year, so maybe working on your marketing plan for this year for your business. And Athena, it's a great energy to work with. She helps you see things clearly, not get biased through your emotions, but really have an objective kind of view if you are involved with legal matters, business like that, where you really need to have a cool, collected, calm head and think very clearly and precisely, then she's your girl. And if you have some sort of struggle or whatever, Athena is also a war goddess. So, she can fight for you, with you, by your side, as part of you, give you that strength, that inner fortitude that you need, and to keep your head as well. It's no point in going crazy when you're actually having a fight, as Bruce Lee would have told you. I'm sure he did quite a few times. You always have to work with your head and your intuition rather than out of, let yourselves be overcome by emotion, because then your opponent can take advantage of that. But obviously, you need not have an opponent. Maybe it's an inner struggle that you're going through, and you need to have a clear head to, sort the wheat from the chaff, and or the grain from the chaff. I'm not sure. Anyway, you know what I mean. Do a mental Cinderella. Anyway, let's see what the cards say. The wonderful tarot cards by Sasha Graham, the Witch's Gone Tarot. I love this new deck. Well, it's not that new anymore, but I really love it. So I'm so happy I've got it. Here we go. Let's see. 1, 2, and 3. Oh my God. Okay, so you've got one card from last week, the same one, which is the last one. So I'm going to talk about the other two first. So we've got 4 of Wands and the Devil, and we've both got the horns here. You see? There you go. 4 of Wands. That looks a bit like a debaucherous party, doesn't it? But there is happiness, there's celebration. There's a get together. That's like a team effort. And of course, we don't need to think about like devil and horns as an evil, but definitely, this is an earth deck, a witch's deck. So that's, referring to nature spirits. obviously, and people enjoying themselves and celebrating, having, you know, not being like stuck up and having to behave properly or something, but they can really let all their joy out. So that's a wonderful card. And you have the two little kites or swallows on top here, and they're about to tie the ribbon, you know, so which is absolutely wonderful. So there's this sense of entering a new community, a partnership that, you know, has a wider reach than just two people. And it's a very happy occasion. And to bring this about, also Athena, it's, you know, it's taken, or it is taking, if it's still in the making, some strategic planning, some clear thought, thinking things through. If it's something in business, working with figures or with the law, you know, doing some research into that, whatever it is. But it's definitely going to end in a wonderful thing if you keep that in mind and work that way. So the devil in this case, I would say here, is not something bad, you know. I mean, you could see it as something that, like, a warning, stay clear of distractions, but at the same time, once you actually have, you know, got your goal and, you know, been doing all this hard thinking, and that means, like, have a break, let your hair down, celebrate, and, you know, forget to be serious for a bit. You've deserved it. Okay. It doesn't have to be something bad always. So, you know, don't let the devil scare you. It's a wonderful card. It really is. Whether it's a warning or it's an affirmation, or like, yeah, you deserve a little reward, you know, just pamper yourself a bit after all this. That's a wonderful thing. And then we have at the end of it the Eight of Swords with the full moon, the floating person that is, you know, can't see, blindfolded by that, you know, scarf that is running around. It's not tied up, so it's kind of free, floating above the water, having all those swords. So yeah, you know, it's a bit of a, I would say, it's a bit of a inner struggle, like, oh, have I made the right decisions? You know, have I balanced my emotions, my intuition, yeah, the water, the moon, with my intellect, the swords, you know, they stand for air. Air is the sign of you know, the mental plane, your thoughts, your ideas, your intellectual side of the brain. So, and you're kind of floating there and thinking, okay, have I really made the right decision? And feeling into yourself. So, but you are free, even though there are, like, you know, these bound, these ropes around. It doesn't really bind you in a way that you can't get out of it. It's kind of more, well, self-inflicted, or maybe also sometimes, you know, if you think if you use a picture of maybe like bondage, you know, like in BDSM circles or whatever, you know, or just the playful, more vanilla version, whatever. But it's like, it gives you, it kind of binds you, but you're still in control, and it gives you kind of stability and that sense of being held. Okay, so that's a wonderful thing as well. You know, to have that, and to be able to go into that state and be able to really sort in your head out the one or the other. Did I really do the right thing? Is that all going to work out? Of course, you know, when you start something and when you've just entered some sort of commitment, or deal or whatever, you might be fretting if it's really going to work out the way you want it to, the way you envisioned or not. But at the same time, it's not something that's going to put you totally off track or anything. You know, you go inside, and of course you worry, but don't go overboard, because you've got that freedom Your will is free, you have that freedom, and you can go into the direction at any time that you want. But trust your intuition as well. It you're neither being stabbed by the swords, giving you nightmares, neither are you drowned in the puddle, you're in a little pool. You're floating above that, but you've got both there, as basically as your tool. So you're above and you're using that as tools to bring you further. You can weigh the options. Okay. So that's a wonderful thing. And it's great, when you have something that's been very serious that you've spent a lot of mental energy on to, and you've come to the point where you can say, yeah, I've made it. I'm entering this partnership. I'm going into this team, whatever it is, that you're actually doing, whether that's professional or in any other capacity. Could be a marriage as well, of course. This is like, it's usually more people being involved in a marriage. It's like this family coming together most of the time as well, isn't it? And then you have, the devil is like, yeah, celebrate, let your hair down a bit, you've deserved it, and then you can go on and, but just take a breather. Things won't go wrong overnight. And once you have that, after all this excitement and the party and whatever, the celebrations, just, when you go within yourself and weigh both your intuition, your emotions, and your thoughts, and, with objective logic, and listen to your heart, your intuition, you will feel what is the right step forward, and you have that under control. It's yours. It's not like you're totally helpless or anything. Okay. So any kind of restrictions that you feel you have, they're not really restrictions. You're allowing them to be there, and it might give you the kind of hold and stability that you need. And also, like, when you deprive yourself of one of your senses, like sight, you can feel more sensations in your body. For example, you can go more into your intuition. That's why mostly we close our eyes when we meditate. Most people do that. And, because you're not being distracted by what you see. So that's a good thing, and the moon is also the representative of the goddess, a symbol of the goddess. So that means, let your feminine intuition shine. Let your femininity shine, even. So you can see that lady here is very beautiful. She looks very beautiful, and, it's kind of sensual in a way. Her pose there, the way she is, she's not floating like this, like as if she'd been hypnotized in a TV show or something. But she's kind of hanging a bit there, but it all looks very graceful, like maybe a ballerina being lifted, in a dance. So, it's got something very sensual, feminine, graceful, beautiful about it as well. So, yeah, celebrate your femininity, your intuition, your inner priestess. Okay. Be someone that can, put the heart and mind into balance. They don't have to battle with each other. All right, loves, that was it for this week, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next week again. Lots of love, beautiful souls. If you want to know anything else, look in the info boxes or my links, if you want to book a reading or, follow me on social media, support me, whatever you like. I'll see you around.